This video is brought to you by Maypen Educational Centre, catering to evening CSEC classes and chess classes. Call 876-337-7374 or 876-775-6692. We got you covered preparing for exams. Andy Gone Nuts, 100% guaranteed fresh coconut water delivered straight to your door. Call 876-309-6128. That's 876-309-6128. Refreshing and affordable. For more information, follow them on Instagram at Andy Gone Nuts. Truly refreshing. And Crumble by Mrs. C. Old English fudge and other delectable sweet treats. Call or WhatsApp 876-586-0471. That's 876-586-0471. Hello everyone, I'm Simon Preston and welcome back to Sports City. Thank you so much for tuning in to another video on this channel. So as you know, the FIFA Women's World Cup is coming up next year. And these are the teams that have qualified for the global showpiece. You have, of course, Australia and New Zealand as the co-hosts of the tournament, China, South Korea, Japan, the Philippines, Vietnam, South Africa, Morocco, Zambia, Nigeria, USA, Canada, Jamaica, Costa Rica, Brazil, Colombia, Argentina, Sweden, Spain, the Netherlands, England, Denmark, Norway, Italy, Germany, and France. There are still a few more teams left to qualify for the tournament itself, specifically European teams in playoffs, and in addition to that, the Intercontinental playoffs. Now, the Intercontinental playoffs is what I will be touching on in this video in particular. What I would like to show for you all specifically and in relation to the playoffs is how it will work, and potentially who could the Reggae Girls face, who could the defending champions, the United States, face, who could the European champions, England, face. So let's get right into the matter by looking at the Intercontinental playoffs and seeing how it will match up. So at this point in time, we know 9 of the 10 teams that will be taking part in the Intercontinental playoffs. We know Chinese Taipei, Thailand, Cameroon, Senegal, Haiti, Panama, Paraguay, Chile, Papua New Guinea, and the lowest ranked winner of the UEFA playoffs. Now, the lowest ranked winner of the UEFA playoffs could be one of Iceland, the Republic of Ireland, Switzerland, Scotland, Wales, Portugal, Austria, Bosnia and Herzegovina, and Belgium. So one of them will make up the list. So you might say, Simon, how is that going to work out with 10 teams in particular? Well, first of all, these matches will take place in February next year, and it will take place in New Zealand. That is specifically where these matches will take place. So it will not be a home and away scenario like we would have seen in previous editions of World Cup qualifying. It is a one-off game, and it's going to be taking place in New Zealand itself. So how do we know who is going to face who? Well, as soon as that lowest seeded UEFA playoff winner is known, a draw will be done by FIFA. And before the draw, they'll be using the seedings from the FIFA rankings. And based on that, it'll determine the teams that would occupy A1, A2, B1, C1, C2, and the remaining 6 unseeded teams. And out of the 10 that are in the actual playoffs itself, only 3 will book their ticket to Australia and New Zealand next year. Now, the tournament expanded from 24 teams to 32 teams. So you will have a couple of teams that have already qualified that will be making their debut in Australia and New Zealand. Zambia, they're one team already that will be making their debut at the tournament. Also, you have Morocco. Morocco will be making their debut. You can also think about Vietnam. Vietnam will be making their debut at the World Cup, and the Philippines as well. So right there, we have a number of teams that are making strides, making progress, and certainly will be looking to go to the World Cup with something on their shoulder. So that's four teams going into the World Cup that have never been there before. If you look in the CONCACAF region, Panama and Haiti, they've never been to the Women's World Cup before, and they stand a valuable, vital chance of being able to qualify for the World Cup because they're in the playoffs itself. Chinese Taipei, they've been to the World Cup before. That was back in 1991. So they've been there before. Thailand, they were there in 2019. We know about that difficult result that they had against the United States team. We know about the biggest loss of the tournament. That was a 30-0 defeat to the United States. Then they lost 5-1 to Sweden. Then Chile defeated Thailand by 2-0. So they've been to a World Cup before. Senegal, they've never been to a World Cup, but they're in the playoffs, so they stand a fighting chance. Cameroon, they've been to the World Cup twice already. We'll see how they do in relation to the playoffs. Paraguay, they've never been to a Women's World Cup before. And finally, Papua New Guinea, they have never been to a World Cup before. So it's quite possible that we'll have a few more teams that could make their debut at the World Cup in Australia and in New Zealand next year. So it's definitely something for us to look forward to, get excited about. So I'm looking forward to what lies ahead. And I think that it's going to be an outstanding moment for all teams competing at the World Cup come 2023 in Australia and New Zealand. So, Sports City fans, what are your thoughts? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe to Sports City. This video is brought to you by Maypen Educational Center, catering to evening CSEC classes and chess classes. Call 876-337-7374 or 876-775-6692. We got you covered preparing for exams. Andy Gone Nuts, 100% guaranteed fresh coconut water delivered straight to your door. Call 876-309-6128. That's 876-309-6128. Refreshing and affordable. For more information, follow them on Instagram at Andy Gone Nuts. Truly refreshing. And Crumble by Mrs. C. Old English fudge and other delectable sweet treats. Call or WhatsApp 876-586-0471. That's 876-586-0471.